Dude, your phone sucks. The Wi-Fi is great. That's such garbage, dude. Such garbage. You know what else is garbage?
My drone footage?
No, your drone footage is good. I like when you do drone footage. That's some garbage right there, boy. But you know what's not gonna be garbage? This after today, because we got hella mods. Now remember, turn right to go left. These also are not bolted down. These are just chilling here. We took these off, oh, what, the feet stayed. We took these off Courtney's car when we washed it one day so I could clay bar like where they were because they were leaving a mess. And then I put them on here and we kind of thought they looked pretty sick, so we just left them there, but it's just a joke, they're not staying. This car is the longest ongoing project we have had just doing like one thing, like just boosting this thing. We've had this ongoing since like February. We're both sick of it. It's because 240s are so popular, like drift community and stuff like that, that waiting on these parts took us months to get all the parts. But we got everything. Everything has been done. You guys know the final part showed up. We have a dyno day scheduled for tomorrow morning at 9:30. So we got a bunch of mods we gotta put on the 240 today. We actually have like just a bunch of stuff that we have to finish doing before it goes to the dyno tomorrow. So today we're gonna finish up everything we got. You wanna show them what we got?
This came in the mail. Rust. Took a while. Took about, what, 3 weeks?
Well, we had to order it from Japan. It's Japanese rust. It adds to the JDM effect, right? So if you come right here and you look, this is the USDM rust. Over here, this is JDM rust. So it's a lot more abrasive if you listen to my ASMR. Way better than the USDM rust. Hit them with everything we got.
Switches for the fan. Butt plugs because...
sometimes your butt leaks.
Yeah. Oil filter because we need to do an oil change. Boost controller.
What? No, that's mine! Get out of here!
What?
That's mine! Oh, that's just the line. I was like, no!
Check valves, because I need brakes still. Boost gauge, the one thing we don't have.
And the final piece, this is what we were waiting for from Ajuku for literally 5 weeks. He was like, yeah, you can buy it, but unfortunately it's gonna be a 5-week wait. And we were like, oh! And for everybody that's hated how long a 240 is taken, this is why I'm sorry. Ta-da! Is this where I insert an ad?
A liquid filled gauge.
Oh, it's so fancy. So this is the fuel pressure regulators. Some cars need it more than others. The Civic didn't have it when we boosted it originally. 240 pretty much needs the fuel pressure regulator. Because we have a bigger fuel pump and a bigger injector setup, you need the fuel pressure regulator to regulate how much pressure is in all the lines so you don't start blowing things. And it comes with a little liquid filled gauge. We got the nice gold to match regulator system thing. And then it just comes with like a fitting and some stuff. Really small, really stupid piece. It's stupid that this is the thing that took so long, but it is what it is. So today we're installing this guy here, and then these things are just kind of like cleaning up stuff we hadn't finished before. If you guys remember when we first, you just burped in my video?
Yeah.
If you guys remember when we first put in the catch can, we didn't have check valves, so it's kind of just been half-assed in there until right now. We got heat tape because Emerson doesn't want things to boil. And bro, tell them about your boost gauge. This is the coolest boost gauge ever. A lot of people have a boost controller separately where they can reach in, turn up the boost, and then inside the car, you can see how much boost you're loading on your gauge.
It's like a normal gauge.
This is just like a normal gauge, except it includes a boost controller and it has buttons for settings. So you can be like driving and be like, oh, you know, I want to be conservative today, and you press the button and it will put your boost to like 4 pounds, whatever. You could have a mode where you're like, just full send, and then you press another button and it goes to 15 pounds, and it does the boost controlling from the gauge. It is super cool gauge.
This thing's like a little, very small, tiny solenoid, like a little tiny chip.
The downside of this, how much was just that one boost gauge?
That's like $500 or something.
I'll put it right here. This is the retail price.
I think something, I don't know, you can probably find it on Amazon for cheaper.
And he got butt plugs because he just wants to cover every aspect of vacuum leaks, so. Clearly you need a butt plug, you juicer. And that's what happens when your car runs out of gas. Pull the fuse in the fuel pump, just ran it dry, that way when we pop these lines up, there's not gas all over the garage. Smart tip for anybody who's doing this.
Can you give me like a long extension, please?
You want a long extension?
Yeah. No, that's it.
No, you want it long, Here you go, is that long enough for you? Is that gonna get the job done or what? Oh, I put the swivel head in there, my bad. You gotta pull this down a little bit. There you go. Oh yeah, she's good. She's good.
Now you gotta go over there. Lost all torque through these fucking
What do you mean lose torque? Lose any torque? What are you talking about? Longest extension ever. The swivel head just bucks.
Ready?
Oh, this is gonna be vicious. This is gonna be vicious! Oh! It almost hit you at least.
Your gun's like too much.
Oh, bro, it's peeing.
That's what I said.
I thought we ran the car dry so it wouldn't pee.
It smells like 87 right there. I don't think that no 94. Believe you me, I run 94 on my tractor all day long.
It's gonna suck.
That shit right there, 87. You ain't been running 94. No wonder this car runs like shit.
Before it just keeps pouring
Hey,
out.
shut your hole, brother.
Oh, so there's a regulator inside of the OEM one, and then this one is just a sending unit to get it to that regulator.
Yeah.
I get it. So do you guys see there's like a little rail down there? It's like this. On the other side of this, there's nothing. It makes like a little groove because there's a bend here. So it like collects things, and I guess what happened was when we bled the coolant, it was bubbling over, and it must have gone down in between here. And if you see way down at the bottom there's like some green, and essentially it was just pooling up inside that little bottom rail. Because we just looked and we're like, dude, it's dripping. We thought maybe the rad was cracked. So helpful tip to anybody that gets these Mishimoto rad and fan combos. I don't know if they're the same for all cars or what, but. Okay, this is all bolted back up. That's good. Emerson got the regulator on. So when he starts it, you want to give it some, good crank it. Let's see if it reads.
You don't have to crank it, you just have to turn it on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like turn the key. Oh! So now we can finally take away one of these bumpers from the bumper collection. Put this piece of junk. Yeah, we're gonna have to take bumpers. I also just realized that after last 240 video, we had like that white oily stuff in the catch can, and a lot of you guys thought it was a head gasket. It's not a head gasket. This head gasket's actually very, very fresh. What's happening is we're not starting it very frequently, and then we're starting it frequently, but we're not running it. Like, we're starting it, letting it run for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, turning it off. So there's a lot of condensation buildup in there, and it's just kind of like catching into the catch can, if that makes sense. Once we start driving it more and doing like actual driving in the car, it should clear it all up. It should be no problem. So Emerson has properly wired up the catch can now. So we got Emerson changed his mind because he's a picky little brat. He wants the ADDW one. Picky little brat. He wants the red ring on the catch can instead of the green. Do you want to explain why?
The new interior setup.
Oh,
red. I don't know
yeah,
what it is.
it's true. And we got the little hose clamp because we finally have it done properly with 2 hoses. So this little guy will... Dude, that looks so hot! It's supposed to be like right about here, and we know that, but the way the lines are run... Emerson, the mechanic over here...
Let's get a switch.
Yeah. This is an Emerson job. He switched it up a little bit, but... Can you just move your fat body parts? Oh, that's so killer, dude. Shout out to ADDW1 for always hooking us up with the dopest catch cans. You got those is that a check valve right there?
Yeah.
Mint. So we're gonna put check valves all around. For those of you guys that don't get it, check valve is like when he lets off the turbo, because there's no blow off valve, there's gonna be a lot of backwards pressure. So usually it goes in and flows one way, but now when the turbo flutters, it's gonna go backwards. And those check valves prevent, oil that's traveling this way in the line to all of a sudden start going that way on back pressure. It only flows one way. And for all you guys that ask how we get the turbo flutter, there's no blow-off valve. That's what it sounds like when you don't run a blow-off valve. It's not the best. This kit's designed to not have a blow-off valve. If you have a kit that is designed for a blow-off valve, run it. But this turbo is built to not run a blow-off valve. It's built to flutter or surge or whatever you want to call it. It sounds really good, but if you do it to any turbo, it kind of decreases the life of it. I think we can check off catch can valves, the bumpers on, fuel pressure regulator. You done that?
Yeah.
We just need to do some fresh oil and boost gauge. We're getting there. So what comes with this Tru Boost Gauge? You get butt connectors, you get the faces if you want to change it to silver. Oh!
$1 million part right there.
What is this? Why does it look like a grinding thing?
That's a filter.
This is the thing that controls your boost?
Yes.
There's like these wires, I don't know, that's your job, you're the wire guy. So like visually, the only difference is like Emerson says Tru Boost, and it has these 2 buttons right here that you can click, and what do these do, the buttons?
Like an A and B setting. So say like each mode put different settings on. So like you can change your duty cycle, you can change your
Oh, really? It can be that intense?
Yeah, you could change your freaking.
So like this could be like a completely different map than this one. You could have like 2 different tunes on these basically.
Yeah.
Visually, his has 2 buttons and it says Tru Boost, whereas mine, I'm such an idiot. My AEM gauge is an AFR gauge. We have a Princess Auto Boost gauge in this thing. I just came out here to show you guys a comparison between the gauges and I don't even have the gauge. Sometimes you make dumb ass mistakes. And unfortunately, sometimes you gotta put them in the video so that people know it's not just them that make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, we got some goodies that we didn't even tell them about yet.
Oh, that one's custom made.
It is custom made, it's pretty cool.
Forgot.
I'll prep that while you do whatever the hell you're doing. Sound good?
Yeah.
While I'm inside, if you guys pull up to any of the driven shows, Toronto, Calgary, or Vancouver, we're actually having some show-only items. So like this Jasmine Burnout sticker is actually going to be only available at the driven shows. This is like one of my favorite stickers that we have right now. So that's going to be only at the driven shows. Any extras will be on the website, but obviously if you guys are around, you come to the show, pick one up. And then the reason we're in here is because my brother, Thomas, actually made this. I'll put his Instagram right here. He designed this sticker for me. I told him what I wanted. He like drew it all up on his tablet thing, made that for me, and he also 3D printed this. So if you guys remember, like kind of towards the beginning of the channel, at the beginning of the channel we did a lot of stuff and I said it was 3D printed, and like those key tags were 3D printed, and we did a lot of stuff that I said was done by my brother, and we haven't done anything with him in a while. He's come in super clutch on the 240 build, and he made us this custom gauge holder. He 3D printed this thing in gold to match the gold with the 240. When we got the gauges from Glow Shift, we got like the full pillar pod setup, and then
Oh, I figured out why there's a cutout here.
why?
Because some 240s come with the seat belt that goes like this.
Oh,
That's
that does make sense. And we had this one gauge left over, and we're gonna have the boost gauge as well. So we were like, what are we gonna do with this? And Thomas actually 3D printed us this gauge pod holder to go right here in the vents. Super tight, dude. We're gonna need to get one more. I think Emerson just wants to get like a volt gauge or something.
Is it a volt or another gauge? I know I wanted to get the volt because of the all the electrical that's hooked up.
And now I'm just gonna pop this vent thing out. We're gonna slap this in there. That's where we're gonna put the AFR gauge and the boost gauge. Oh, I 100% thought the whole thing was coming out and it just shattered.
Shattered?
Oh! I don't know how that happened. I was literally pulling it and the whole thing started coming out and it just went.
Can you take it off now?
I'll have to buy you a new one.
Hey man, what's wrong with you?
Bang, bang, bang. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Dude, that looks so tight. That is actually so sick. It took a little bit of shaving to get it in there perfect, but so cool. Come look at this.
Whoa!
Looks cool, right? It's a little poppy outy at the top right here. We could probably pop it out and like shave it a little bit better down, but it's in there pretty good. And then you can just get in and be like, fans, nothing.
That's the light bar.
Nothing. Oh, light bar, nothing. Like, those 240s look so jank for the longest time because there's been nothing in here, but like, when it's fully assembled, man, it looks good. Like it's other than the fact that this is still janky and painted black from when you painted it. But other than that, dude, it looks freaking good. We just need to get you a new wheel, quick release, short hub situation, because this is garbage. So the vacuum line for the boost gauge is actually run like up through a grommet on the floor over here. Right. Oh, it's actually this right here. So we have like a million things running through this grommet. So I just drilled a little hole in this grommet so that this doesn't get like pinched by anything and start giving bad readings. And then are you working on that solenoid thing?
Yeah, we need to figure out a way to mount that.
Where is it? Like what kind of progress have you made it? Oh, what the heck? You built a whole friggin' little machine out of it. I really don't know, like, I never really inspected it, so I don't even know what you gotta do. How do you mount it?
See the tiny holes in the bottom? On the side there?
These holes?
Yeah.
You gotta put something through those?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Why don't you just like 2A tape this?
Because if that thing falls off, I'm gonna be very, very pissed off.
If it holds the wing on my car, it can definitely hold this up. Or we can at least 2A tape it for now, and then we can go out and buy like proper size screws for that. Because we do not have anything that tiny. Some of the good automotive attachment tape.
Okay.
It's the guy. Look how serious this guy is. He's like, I'm putting this molding on my Kia, and it will never fall off again. So you can definitely use it for your boost solenoid, bro. Definitely. Definitely. Ooh, it's starting to actually look like a 240 again, dude. Bumpers on, lights are on. Still a pain in my ass, but starting to look better. Bang. We can't fully do the boost gauge tonight because it needs how much line? Like a couple feet? To hook it up properly, it needs a couple feet, and we only have like 1 foot. So
we don't have the right size hose.
Oh, we don't even have the right size hose? No. Oh, there you go. I know nothing. So the one thing we need to do is just run out and get the right size hose, which I believe is this, but every other hose, like we have like a bucket of hoses and none of them work. So Emerson's got to run at like 7 a.m., pick up hoses from Lordco, and then we got to go to the insurance place and we got to get insurance on the car so we can drive it to the dyno tomorrow. And then we gotta be there bright and early to start dyno day. So the more we can get done tonight, the better. And I guess since we can't do this fully tonight, I'm just gonna give it a half. There's not much of a gap right here at all. So what's known to happen in 240 Ka boosted world, basically that's gonna get really hot and it's gonna cook the brake fluid, which is gonna give you no brakes. So when that'll get really hot, your brake fluid will get really hot, you'll press the brakes, you'll have nothing, and you'll just go, and it won't be good. Basically, if you wrap all the lines right now and then you wrap the brake booster and all that kind of stuff, it's a double layered protection because we will come back and we will put like a shield over it. We're gonna probably custom make like some kind of like heat shield to go over there. But the first step in doing that is to do all these things first. That way it's got like the double layer protection. I don't know, we talked to somebody about it. That's what they said is best to do. But we don't have the shield yet, but for dyno day, just for the sake of doing some pulls and getting it going on the dyno, just doing this and just wrapping the lines and the brake boost and everything should be fine. And then we can come back and make a shield like tomorrow or whatever, another day. Dude, I need to get a new freaking...
The legs are just like...
The legs on that pod are garbage now. These things don't last at all. Dude, watch this. Ready? Grab that middle one. Grab them right there at the bottom. Pull. They all do that. Dude, there's a zip tie holding the top one on. God damn. These things are good for like a couple months and then you start setting them up and they just start tipping themselves over and falling apart. Frickin' garbage. I need a new one again. This is the kind of music that Emerson puts on when it passes midnight. Is this your 1 a.m. jam? That's pretty good. We got everything done. We're gonna do the oil change in the morning. We want to run the car, make sure it's nice and warm, make sure it's gonna pull all the garbage that's inside. Like we ran just garbage oil, if you guys remember. It's like really, really bad oil. We ran it quickly once through to collect all the stuff that may have gotten in the motor when we freshly did it. It's like 1 in the morning now and I'm definitely not starting my car, so we'll do the oil change in the morning, but we did everything else. Look at, it actually looks pretty good with the silver heat wrap. I was a little bummed you didn't get gold, but it kind of goes directly with the intercooler piping. Like, oh, baby.
Well, you can tell, but like...
You can tell, but like if you just looked in, it just looks au natural.
Unlike the regular, just like...
This is cool. Now that it's all finally together, it's actually looking pretty good. Same with the interior. Now that the interior is like finally together, this car looks 10 times less janky and just super hot. I'm excited for you to finally get your car back, buddy. We can go cruising together. You gonna make this bitch a rainbow or what? What's your deal here? You should make this one red to go with this one. Cool. These ones red, those ones blue. I think that's kind of cool. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys are praying for the 240 when it hits the dyno tomorrow because probably needs some prayers. I will see you guys very shortly. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out and stay committed.